morning guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86-23 Voyager class Autobot Ratchet, an Autobot that died near the beginning of the 1986 film, and it was such a shame that him, Ironhide, Brawn, and Prowl died. But we've got these action figures that Hasbro has made, and this figure is so far my favorite figure out of that entire scene. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at Ratchet. We're going to take a look at the box art, the backdrop, and I will keep the backdrop on the back of the screen for the remainder of the video, because the bright light, as you can see right here in the beginning, is making Ratchet look nearly invisible among the background. So I will have that in the background, and we will also be going over transformation, comparisons, vehicle comparisons, so on and so forth, articulation and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get started by looking at his packaging. Now here we have some really nice packaging of Ratchet inside in his robot form here. Unfortunately, someone ripped the box, and this was the only Ratchet at the store. I really hate it when this happens. It's so annoying. Some bozo ripped the box. But we get a nice CG render right here. On the side of the box, we get a closer up right here. Practically the same that we saw with the Studio Series Core Class Ratchet. But right here for the back, we get his iconic movie scene, his little bio over here. 25 steps from robot to car form. It says, Ratchet and the Autobots crew fight to defend the shuttle against a Decepticon attack. His iconic movie scene is this Decepticon shuttle ambush. Basically in that scene, if you've seen in 1986, is where they get ambushed and attacked, and the Decepticons use the ship to go to Earth and attack Autobot City. And right here for this side of the packaging, we see a nice black background with the CG render of Ratchet right there. On the top of the box, we get Transformers the movie, and the bottom we get those words. So yeah, basically that was Ratchet's box. Now for the backdrop, it's exactly the same thing that we got for Ironhide. So if you did pick up Ironhide Studio Series 86-17, you are going to get this backdrop. And with Prowl, Brawn, and the broken Ironhide, you are going to get the different backdrop. So yeah, Ratchet and Ironhide have this specific background while the others do not. So yeah, let's bring in Ratchet back into the screen. So here we have Ratchet here in his backdrop. Right here we can see that Ratchet looks so accurate to the 1986 design as well as his regular G1 design. He looks really great. Bringing him in for a closer look, we can see we have some really nice detailing. We have the Autobot logo right here. We get some nice sculpt work around the shin, the knee area, and as well as the legs. Basically the same sculpt that we saw for Ironhide, except for the fact that we have a new head sculpt designed for Ratchet, a new paint job, and a paint job right here on the shoulders showing the Autobot Medic logo. I'm pretty sure the Medic logo is more of a cross and not like this shape right here, but I think maybe because of copyright issues, I'm pretty sure they did this, but I'm not so sure. If we take a look at the figure from a side perspective, it's the same thing as Ratchet. It's the same thing as Ironhide, but in all white. So where the red used to be is all white, where the gray used to be is red. And this figure does come with 4 accessories, being his 2 blasters carry over from Ironhide, and including 2 little siren pieces that go on the top of the vehicle. So yeah, we have two extra accessory pieces on Ratchet. As far as articulation goes, he has a waist joint, he has a swivel joint, he has a bicep rotation, he has bicep hinge joint, he has 360 range of motion, and yeah, that's about the arms that I already explained. The waist, he has a hinge joint that could do the splits in this dynamic pose. He could kick back to that far and up to this far, just lift the skirt piece to make it seem as he's kicking farther. He has a joint at the knee, a thigh swivel joint. He has an ankle joint right here. He could go, the foot could go down and slightly up, tilt side to side. So yeah, this figure is honestly really, what's it called? Pulsable, and looks really great with other figures. And speaking of other figures, let's bring some in. Now obviously, since Ratchet and Ironhide share the same mold, I brought in his Mold-Made Ironhide right here for comparison. We could see about the size, they are exactly the same, and they are great companion pieces to have with one another, and they look really, really great. Here another Autobot that was within that shuttle. Here we have Autobot Brawn. Another one within that shuttle, Autobot Prowl. Unfortunately, I'm not so sure if we're gonna get a clean version of Prowl, but this is the only one Studio Series has released for us. I'm not so sure if we're gonna get a non-battle damage one, but I do like the battle damage one, not gonna lie. Cliff Jumper, Wheeljack, another scientist Autobot similar to Ratchet, and we can see it from a deluxe to a Voyager. This is basically a small Voyager. I say that this is about accurate to how they appeared in the show. Autobot Jazz, another white Autobot, which blends in perfectly with this background. Obviously the Big Papa himself, Optimus Prime. Bumblebee movie Ratchet, and I really do like having both of these paired with one another. We can see how the Bumblebee film transitioned what we had from G1 characters to movie live action characters, and it looks really great. We can see how they did copy most of the design. The redness here, the shoulders are red. Unfortunately for this figure, I did want to point out there is like a lack of paint, somewhere similar to Ironheart, and similar to this one. I really wish they would have painted maybe something else here similar to this one, but yeah, transition from cartoon to live action is so amazing. Finally, the more common Ratchet, the Bayverse Ratchet from Transformers Dark of the Moon 1, number 2, and as well as Age of Extinction. So yeah, we can see how G1 and Bayverse designs are entirely different, but they are the same character. I do like the Bayverse, but I am sticking with the G1 because it is base to the ground solid original design, and not the Bayverse. The Bayverse look cool, but this one is a original. Here for an Autobot group shot, we have Optimus Prime, Ironhide, Prowl, Cliffjumper, Brawn, Jazz, Trax, and of course Wheeljack here. And Ratchet. So yeah, we have these figures here for group shot right here of the Autobots, and I think it looks really great. I just wish I had the G1 Bumblebee and probably some other G1 characters, maybe 86 Hounds. Unfortunately, that figure has never been released yet, and I'm not so sure why they haven't released it, but I really hope sometime in 2024 that it gets released, and so does Hatchet. So yeah, that was an Autobot group shot. Now for transformation, one of the most frustrating transformations I've ever dealt with, similar to Ironhide. It's probably one of the not the hardest, but it's probably the most tedious and frustrating transformation. But it is simple and hard at the same time. I love it and I hate it. So yeah, the first thing you're going to have to do if you haven't done so already, remove the accessories, all of them. Remove the guns, and I do recommend removing the sirens as well, as they are going to pin into these pieces. And you do have variations where you could put the sirens and or the weapons. You could put the weapons here on the back if you wanted to, or you could put the sirens here on the back if you wanted to as well. So yeah, you have many variations to put these accessories. But for now, in the time being, let's put them on the side. The first thing you're going to have to do right here, similar to Ironhide, you're going to open this section right here, unfolding and revealing this top part of the ambulance. You are going to unfold these two little pieces right here. They do have some transparent blue plastic, so be careful with these pieces as well. And they are secured on pins, so that is good. You're going to tuck in Ratchet's head inside the vehicle mode, and then you're going to close this right here. You're going to unhinge this piece right here. Just unclick it right there. And then you're going to make sure this panel, the bumper comes down. You're going to rotate this region right here and then click this right there. And then we can already see how the front of the car is forming. And we can already see how the rest of the vehicle will form. So if you haven't done so, go to the arms right here. Fold the hands inside the arms like so. Then you are going to put your attention toward the back. Push the arms this way, push the arms that way, and we will just leave them like that. Connect them if you want, but it's going to be kind of hard if you do. I'm just going to do it because I kind of like the challenge. Connect the arms, and then yeah, you're going to have this at an angle, probably like this and somewhat like this, probably in this angle to transform it properly. And this is where it starts getting a little frustrating. So if I start getting mad, please excuse my madness. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to lift this piece right here and lift this piece. Just have it for clearance and just have this piece right there. Honestly, you don't really need to lift it right now, but I'm just saying. The first thing you're going to have to do is unfold this region, revealing the wheels that were covering it, uncover the wheels. Then you're going to move this section up. You're going to fold this and move this section up as well. You're then going to move the legs right here so they align perfectly with this little slot right here. And you can see it is aligning perfectly. And then you may think the problem is that this and this won't connect. And yes, that is the problem. However, it has to do with the arms actually. You have to make sure the arms are pushing this toward this, and so that it could connect like that. So yeah, fortunately for this review, it actually works perfectly fine. So thank God it worked good. Usually whenever I transform it, practicing it or something, it does not work as well. So if you haven't done so, connect the two legs right here. There is 2 slots and 2 ports, so you are going to connect it like this. And then after that, you're then going to push this right here. Make sure that this does click into place as well. This will have to go inside this little slot as well. I do recommend to be careful around this region, because you are dealing with transparent plastic, and transparent plastic is prone to break easily. So you are going to be extremely careful. Just shimmy this in there like that, and fortunately it worked. Fortunately, this has not come apart or become crooked or anything, so I do like that. And one thing, if you can notice on the camera, this shade of plastic looks kind of different than this one, or is it just me? I'm not so sure, but maybe this one, the yellowing has started to affect. I'm not so sure. I hope not. So yeah, you are gonna unfold these pieces covering the hands, and then you are gonna do the same process on both sides, which you are doing this. You're unfolding this region, and then you are gonna move it right here so that it closes right here. You're gonna do the same process on the other side. Click into place, fold this in right there, and then you are going to fold this, push it down, and there we have Ratchet fully transformed into that really cool car form. And now just some finishing touches. Just add the sirens right here if you want to, and they do complete they complete the overall look. My bad. You are going to attach the sirens, and as far as weapon storage, on the original Ironhide you do put it at the top, but for the time being, since we have no other place to put it on the back right here, and it does create some really nice mufflers. Make sure the handle where you hold the gun is facing inward and not toward the wheels, or else it will, as you saw earlier, will not make it roll. And there we have Ratchet fully transformed. Overall, a really nice figure. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really great with the other G1 characters, and I will bring those in. So now, just taking a look at Ratchet right here, we can see we have a nice Autobot logo, nice transparent plastic. I'm pretty sure there should be a red stripe around here. I'm not so sure. I do like the back. It looks really great. We can see that there is like a little spot where a license plate would be, and this should probably be a window, but I'm not bugging about it. It doesn't. I mean, it would probably break during transformation. There's a lot of details right here. We can see some headlight detail. Maybe I wish that would have been colored, maybe a little bit red. It would have completed the look. And I think the bumper looks really nice. Look at this metallic silver. At times it looks kind of meh, but at the times it looks really good. So I do like the transformation of this figure. Now let's take a look at how this scales with other G1 characters. Now starting off with the comparisons, here I brought in Ironhide here. Here we can see Ironhide and Ratchet. They are near enough the same size, and exactly the same size, for they are the same molds. So yeah, as far as personal preference, I have to go with Ratchet. Not gonna lie, I do like how you know what, they have the same type of plastic. I do like how this back area feels. It's very satisfying. But yeah, personal preference, I have to go to Ratchet, because I don't know, Ratchet just seems more I don't know. And Ironhide does seem really cool, but Ratchet just seems more like Ratchet. Let's just say that. Let's just say Ratchet seems more Ratchet. Let's just say that. He looks really cool. Both of them scale really nice. They scale well with one another. Let's take a look at another. Here I did bring in the Bumblebee movie Ratchet, since they are the same character, and how the design of G1 carried over to this Bumblebee. Even though this was concept art vehicle form, I really do like how it looks like they do get the windscreen right. However, I do realize that this region at the top should be reddish, similar to this one, and there should be probably a red stripe somewhere. But I'm pretty sure that this actually looks really cool. I really do like it. I do like personal preference, I do like the design here, but as far as like who's actually the GOAT, I'll say the G1 Ratchet actually is. Some quick comparisons. Here we have Brawn. So perfectly small deluxe next to this Voyager. Studio Series Jazz. Bumblebee movie Bumblebee, the buggy version. Optimus Prime without the trailer, and Optimus Prime with the trailer. As far as an Autobot vehicle form group shot, here we have Optimus, Jazz, Brawn, Bumblebee, Ratchet. Bumblebee, Ironhide, and Ratchet. So we can see how they scale with one another. Bumblebee being the smallest one. Then close up we have we have Brawn, then we have Jazz, then we have Ratchet, Ironhide, and finally Optimus Prime. So yeah, here we have these figures all scaled from smallest to biggest, and we can see how big Ratchet is. Even though Ratchet and Ironhide are the same, I just listed it like this. Ratchet isn't smaller and Ironhide isn't bigger. They're about the same size. So yeah, looks like a great Autobot team to put together. I really wish we saw this in the original 2007. These designs, these colors, and even include an extra Autobot. Who knows? I really wish that would have happened. But yeah, this looks really cool, and I do like posing a Ratchet in vehicle form with all the rest of the Autobots. Because you can't really just transform him and just leave him there. You have to have the rest of them transform. And believe me, it's kind of a hassle at times, but it's so much worth it. So now let me give you my final thoughts of this figure. So some final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series Voyager Class 86 Autobot Ratchet. I think that this is a must-have figure. If you have already purchased Ironhide, Prowl, Brawn, you have to get Ratchet just to complete the whole look of the shuttle attack. And if you got Ironhide, you gotta have Ratchet. If you have Optimus, you gotta have both. Literally, this figure is actually worth $30. I'd say that this is one of my favorite Studio Series of figures of all time. It's basically a mini masterpiece similar to 86 Hot Rod. These figures have been going really great. Hasbro has going all out with these new concept characters from the Bumblebee movies and Rise of the Beasts, and they are incorporating some really cool techniques in these figures, and it looks so great. The articulation was great, the details, the paints, the sculpt work was nice. I really do like this figure, so I'd give this figure a probably solid 8 out of 10. Probably a 9 out of 10, 8.9. Let's just say that. An 8.9 out of 10. It looks like a really great figure. All that I just have a complaint with is just the little problem in transforming it, but luckily for this video, it did not cost me a problem. I really do like it. I just wish they were probably a little bit more paint, but I think that's asking for a little too much. But yeah, this figure looks really great. As far as comparisons go, it was really great. I do like how they incorporated this design and then moved it to the Bumblebee movie design. It looks really great. And yeah, that's about it. So I recommend this figure. You can get them at Walmart, Target, maybe Hasbro. Not so sure if they're selling it online anymore. Yeah, so if you find this figure, pick him up once you get the chance, and I do recommend it. So thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe, leave a nice comment, and until my next review, which will be 86 Brawn, I will see you then. Thank you all for watching.